Hi, my name is Beau Brown, and I am a software tester currently working with a company that produces a medical communication app, which means during this time that we've seen a general uptick in the need for our services, especially those services that allow doctors and other medical professionals to communicate back and forth with patients. And so I've seen an increase in my workload, which means that I've had to find ways to be more productive, working from home with my wife and two 4-year-old children here, which sometimes can be difficult, but I'm thankful that there is work. I know that's not the case for everybody, and my heart truly goes out to those people. But I do have some tips for productivity while you're working from home that have worked for me. Not saying they'll work for everybody, but they have worked for me. The first is that because we have a stand-up meeting every day at 8:45 a.m., I generally wake up about an hour to an hour and a half earlier than the stand-up meeting begins. I sit down at the kitchen table, I have my coffee, I take my time, take a shower, I get ready just like I'm getting ready from work. The plus is that there's not a 30, 45-minute commute to get there. So I show up at the stand-up meeting and I'm ready for the day. I'm ready for the day to begin. And that's really helped me to sort of hit the ground running throughout the day, is to keep that morning routine. The other thing I do that I hadn't been great at while I was working from the office is to actually schedule every single little thing I'm going to do that week and that day. I do leave about an hour and a half of time in the morning and in the afternoon for flex time because things always come up and that require a shift in direction during the day. But I do schedule things out, and I've noticed when I put things on my calendar, I'm about 90% more likely to get them done. But when I maybe make a list or have a list in my head, sometimes I'm not quite as diligent about completing those tasks. So I plan everything out, I leave some flex time, and that's really helped my productivity. The third thing I do is I have a definite stopping point. When I was at the office every day, I might put down my work at 4:45, 5:15, 5:30, maybe 6 one day. But while I'm working from home, at least most days, I have a definite stopping point. So I stop at 4:45 and I immediately go for a run. I run a couple miles, I come back, and I have a nice evening with my family. And that adds that sort of routine that I really need to keep my productivity. Bonus is exercise increases my energy throughout the week. And I also couple that with trying to eat well. You probably hear my 4-year-old twins in the background too, so it can be hard. The fourth and final thing that might be just a personal thing I use is to listen to music all day. When I was at the office, I always didn't always feel comfortable wearing headphones, listening to music. But while I'm in my bedroom working, I turn on lo-fi hip hop, and it just puts me in the zone. I get into the flow of working, and it actually is really enjoyable. It's what helps me to be productive. So I think those 4 tips might help you as well. Give them a shot. Always have to mention how important using test project software is in writing and executing and maintaining tests. Without test project, I probably wouldn't be productive at all. So thank you, test project. Praying for you all and wishing the best. Bye.